But of course, our number one pick had to be Pauline. Her return to the series has been beloved by fans, and after already making the jump to the spin-off titles via Mario Tennis Aces, it seems inevitable that she will make it into Mario Kart. Inevitable. Inevitable.
Inevitable.
Oh. Curse you, Nintendo. Now I have to redo everything. Hello everyone and welcome to SG Choice, the show where all the staff of Source Gaming come together and vote on a particular topic. It has been a while since we did one of these on our site, and even longer since we've done one as a video. What better way to come back than with something new? As Nintendo revs up Mario Kart Tour for mobile devices, our team is deep in thought on which races we would like to see added to the series, either in Tour or the inevitable console sequel. The Source Gaming crew came together and voted on a variety of characters, leaving us with our top 10 racers we would like to see in Mario Kart. Now before we start, it is important to note a few details. This list is exclusively for characters who have never been playable before, not ones that were cut from 8 Deluxe, so no Donkey Kong Jr. or Honey Queen here. Since we're dealing with Mario Kart, we focused our votes on the Mario series characters, leaving it open to the Donkey Kong and Wario sub-series as well. No regular Nintendo characters like we saw in the last game. Additionally, this ranking mostly reflects our staff's wish list of characters, not who we think is most likely. So with all that out of the way, let's just jump right in with our number 10. Now that Diddy Kong is making its return to the series, there is only one logical next step. Dixie Kong, the heroine of the Donkey Kong Country series, could finally see her Mario Kart debut. She was playable in the most recent Donkey Kong title, Tropical Freeze, and has a large fan base. She'd also be pretty easy to make using Diddy Kong as a base, much like Funky Kong was from Donkey Kong. Next we have everyone's favourite good boy of the Super Mario world, or perhaps the Yoshi's world, Poochie. His recent appearances in Yoshi games has given him a rather large following and fanbase, plus he's finally made a step into the mainline Mario universe with his cameos in Super Mario Odyssey. With all the different kinds of characters we have in Mario Kart, as well as the other Mario spin-off series, would it really be weird to see Poochie driving a kart? For our next racer, we turn to the sub-series WarioWare, and everyone's favourite twin-tailed little witch, Ashley. The Mario Kart series is pretty much only stuck to the mainline Super Mario games for the characters, but it has delved into Donkey Kong Country on the occasion, so sub-series are totally allowed. Ashley is the most popular character from the WarioWare cast, and would be very unique looking in Mario Kart. We're always up for more human characters, and the more toonish ones always fit better. Back to the Super Mario series, but sticking with the spin-offs, we have Fawful, the most popular Mario and Luigi character for sure. Fawful acts and looks very unique compared to most other Super Mario characters, and so would be perfect as an interesting newcomer to the series. He could also come with some real wacky kart designs to help show off his fury. Now, a character we are all a bit shocked has not made it into Mario Kart yet, Nabbit. Nabbit was introduced in the new Super Mario Bros. Series at the start of the Wii U's life cycle, and unlike many other characters, he's actually been playable in a mainline title. Yet, he was completely ignored for Mario Kart 8 and its deluxe form. He seems like an obvious pick for Mario Kart Tour, but we'll just have to see if this little bunny can steal himself a spot. The only one on this list who made their debut after Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Cappy is Mario's new best friend from Super Mario Odyssey. Get out of here, Flood. Cappy would be a pretty easy addition to the roster, as he has a simple design and is a popular enough character that fans like us would be all for him. He could also come with an Odyssey-shaped kart, which would be adorable. Could it finally be his time? Kamek, the caretaker and right-hand turtle to King Koopa himself, has been teased a spot on the roster of Mario Kart ever since 64, yet every time he gets close, he's cut off at the final moment. For us, it is really a case of when and not if for this Magic Koopa, and Tour might just be his time to appear. Mario Kart is known for adding in characters that are very close in appearance to others, so if they're going to do this again, then why not add a character people actually care about, with Captain Toad. The leader of the Toad Brigade and a certified explorer, he has made himself stand out from all the other Toads in the series, including Peach's most loyal retainer. Captain Toad has his own series of games, and his creator has expressed interest in seeing him added to the roster, so for us, it is another when and not if scenario. An unusual choice, this one, completely fueled by the Smash Bros. Fans within us, but King K. Rool could make another comeback outside of Ultimate, this time in Mario Kart. I said earlier that the series has no problem pulling from Donkey Kong Country, and Nintendo has been made very aware of the King's popularity among fans. K. Rool has appeared in a Mario spin-off before with Super Sluggers on the Wii, and we previously got Funky Kong of all people, so K. Rool certainly isn't impossible. Now, before we get to our new number one, again, great timing Nintendo, let's cover some honourable mentions. We've had a lack of regular goons on the list so far, but that didn't have to be the case as Monty Mole got quite a few votes in our poll. Unfortunately, just not enough to allow him to jump from stage hazard to a full racer, but maybe one day. Next, let's turn our attention to the Luigi's Mansion series and one of Mario's newest stars? Gooigi. Gooigi seems more likely than any other character on the list thanks to the Mario Kart team's overuse of similar looking characters. Well, at least Gooigi is an already established one, Pink Gold Peach. We've next got a couple of thieves from outside the mainline Mario titles. The first of these is Popple from Mario & Luigi, a popular character debuting in the same game as Fawful, but unfortunately not popular enough to topple his beanie countryman. The other thief is Captain Syrup from the Wario Land series. She is also very popular and would make for a really cool addition to the roster. However, neither choices are very relevant right now, and so it hurts their likelihood. All the more reason to get a new game in their series on the Switch then, I suppose. Lastly, we have one more Kong to add to the mix, Cranky Kong. He was made playable in Tropical Freeze on the Wii U and Switch, and seems like an easy addition to the roster. With Pauline now making her grand debut, all we need is Cranky to have a classic Donkey Kong reunion. Now, just like Kamek, another old man who almost had his day is taking our number one spot. Professor Egad is a recurring Mario character introduced in Luigi's Mansion and playing a big part in the Mario & Luigi series. He was planned for Mario Kart DS during the time when Luigi's Mansion was somewhat new and getting referenced in all the spin-offs, but he didn't make it and fell into obscurity for a while. But with Luigi's Mansion getting a resurgence and the fourth game in the series about to launch on Switch, it might just be the time for this mad scientist to become a mad racer instead. And with that, this episode of SG Choice comes to a close. If you're in the mood for some more Mario Kart after this video, Nintendo's latest mobile game Mario Kart Tour just launched, and we are hoping at the very least it will make Nintendo introduce a plethora of new characters they can then reuse for the eventual console Mario Kart sequel. If you enjoyed this video and have already liked and subscribed as you should, then consider supporting us on Patreon like all these fine racers on screen now. But if you can't afford it, that's fine. Sharing this video on social media platforms and with friends is always a massive help as well. With that friends, start your engines and boost off, but always remember to return back to the source.